All right, y'all, what's going on? It's Combo Breaker 99 back with a real quick post-fight thoughts video on this fight last night between Luis Lopez versus Michael Conlan. Shout out to Luis Lopez, man. Put on a good performance against Michael Conlan. Scored a fifth-round knockout to defend his IBF featherweight title. A good action-packed fight. You know, this wasn't really like a chess match, too much of a technical fight. These two fighters, they really just, went at it in the first round. They were just going at it with power shots. Both of them trying to establish their power, trying to get each other's respect. But when it came down to it, Luis Lopez, I think he was just too much, just had too much in the tank as far as, throwing those power shots and just that intensity. Michael Conlan, he's been stopped before in the past. And going into this fight, I was thinking that, he's going to have to box more. He's going to have to keep his jab out. He's going to have to keep pumping it out there. And, he's a southpaw, so I thought he was going to use that to his advantage. But throughout this fight, he just continued to let Luis Lopez just crowd him, land those hard uppercuts, get him to move in the direction that he wanted. And he just let him apply a lot of pressure. I think at times Michael Conlan was throwing those naked left hands too much. He was just throwing like straight left hands, just telegraphing his lead punch and not really setting it up with the jab. So Luis Lopez really had no problem timing the left hand, taking the shot because he could see it coming, and then come back with some really hard power punches, from the left and the right. Luis Lopez, he was really just coming in like this really not really boxer style, but like this brawler pressure style, because he was swinging for the fences himself. That's why I was like, Michael Conlan should be able to set up some counters, because Lopez was coming in at times just swinging off balance, just throwing his weight fully behind these punches and nearly about to knock himself off the ground, throw himself, to the ground himself, So, but, Michael Conlan, he really wasn't able to capitalize on this by, just sticking the jab and pivoting. He was letting himself get crowded, and he was doing a lot of like low dipping with his jab hand low. So Lopez again really had no trouble just hitting him to the body and coming back up top with his right hook and the right uppercut. The right uppercut was very, very present in this fight. I'd say starting in like the second and third round. The first round I gave to Michael Conlan. I thought he was outboxing, and just outlanding Lopez just by a small margin. But then in like rounds 2, 3, 4, I think that pressure was just too much from Lopez. He just continued to come forward, land those power shots to the body, and just put a lot of pressure on Michael Conlan, putting him to the ropes and landing that hard uppercut. And then coming in the fifth round, I don't know if it was something between rounds 4 and 5, like Michael Conlan's corner, what they were saying to him and how they were looking at his body language, but they looked a little worried. So going into that fifth round, when Michael Conlan, he just, came back in, tried to set up a boxing game plan. He was trying to fight off with his jab. He dipped under low at one point when Luis Lopez came in and landed I think he was going to try to land his right hand. So Michael Conlan came back with like a right jab over the top. It was right hook. He lands a right hook over the top, over the left hand of Lopez. Then he dips low, and then he leans in right into a right uppercut from Lopez, and it just clipped him, knocked him back onto the canvas, and he was down, and his corner threw in the towel. He wasn't like completely out, but his corner just, threw in the towel. I think something between round 4 and 5, they felt like he was taking too much punishment, and they just waved it off. I mean, Michael Conlan wasn't going to get up anyway. He seemed really hurt after taking that shot. So, yeah, I don't know if the accumulation of shots throughout the earlier rounds were already doing their damage and the corner could see it. But, yeah, that just did it for him, and he didn't want to get up anyway, so he didn't argue. So it was a good knockout win for Luis Lopez. Yeah, all around just good action-packed fight. Sometimes you just need those kind of explosive fights, guys that want to go after it and, trying to really throw power shots and, go in there and make for a good fight. So, yeah, good knockout win for, like the featherweight division too. Thought it was an action-packed fight. Like I said, Lopez, he didn't really do anything like spectacular, like as far as setting the shot up. He just saw the opening and he took it. He was swinging for the fences throughout the fight, and he saw the opening. So, yeah, guys, if y'all want to check this one out, man, definitely recommend it. It was on ESPN last night. Good main event. Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.